Welcome everyone to the Engineered Air Balance Training Center. We're in the Houston area and we are delighted today to give you guys a tour of our state-of-the-art training facility and tell you a little bit more about our training courses for TAB, and commissioning professionals, building owners, design professionals, and so many others. I'm Justin Garner. I'm our Vice President of Engineered Air Balance, and I oversee our Houston operations. I have Derek Glenn here with me today. Derek runs our training center here, and he'd be your point of contact if you're interested in any of our courses or holding any events here. So we're going to go ahead and get this going, and we're just going to move through and kind of give you a virtual tour here. So the first thing we're going to cover is our training classroom. And you may be saying, well, your classroom's just like anyone else's, right? But we're going to show you the really good stuff here in a little bit. We do cover classroom material in our training sessions, but what we really built this facility for is hands-on training. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time in here. We're going to quickly get you guys out to the back where we can show you the really fun stuff. But I want to kind of show you what we've got in here. What we're real proud of, and we just installed it this week, is this company timeline to kind of give you a history of EAB. EAB is the oldest and largest testing, adjusting, and balancing independent firm in North America. We were founded in 1956, and we've had a storied history as we go through. I don't have time to go through in detail today, but if you want more information, go on our webpage, please, or contact us directly, and we'd be happy to tell you about it. But we've had some firsts. We got to work on Titan II missile silos back in the Cold War era. We've worked in nuclear power plants. We've pioneered testing in the laboratory and healthcare markets. And moving into the late 80s, we were instrumental in helping out to do some very large real-world testing to modify smoke control system designs in large facilities. So that's what you see with these fires over here. We were working in a correctional facility and in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Moving into the 2000s, we do a lot of work in research facilities. And really that's when building commissioning was born here at EAB, at least outside of HVAC, right? And we formed our own dedicated in-house building commissioning team. And then that's when we really branched out. And so we have two services up till here recently. We were a test and balance firm and building commissioning firm. Fast forward to 2018, and we wanted to build this training center. We wanted to provide a service not only to our company, but also to the entire industry. We saw a need to provide some very high quality technical training. And we're looking forward to having a lot of folks come in here and share this training with us. So I'm going to go ahead and move. I'm going to turn it over to Derek, and we're going to move down the hall and go to the fun area of the facility.
Thanks, Justin. As you said, training is basically this entire facility's goal. Hands-on is so important that we can't really tell you as much as we can show you. So we put a lot of time, effort, and skill into putting together a host of training aids. So as you can see right here, we have a traverse station. So we have oval, round, and rectangular duct. So we're also able to give a lot of different scenarios to our trainees and show them where a good place to take that measurement is and where a bad place is, and what actually occurs in different places. In addition, we do rotational measurements for tachometers and things like that. A big thing here is safety. So every time they go through one of the training classes, we tell them exactly how the best way to do it, the safe way to do it, and then we show them proper equipment they need to have as well. As you can also see, we have a host of different VFDs so that they can learn not just on ours, but not just on one brand, but on many brands. And you'll see that echoed through this entire facility because we want to show a wide variety of different parts, pieces, so that they don't get stuck on one thing and only knowing one portion. So for that, we also have mushroom fans, so they can take measurements off of that and take tacks off of that as well. We also, for our hydronic station, we have a standard VFD-driven pump and also a centralist pump, so they get to experience that as well. Next, we have our hydronic stand. It's 11 stations. We have manual valves, auto flow valves, and PIC valves. As you see, it's pretty big. So what they experience is just the drop in, they're able to take the differential pressure and see what it's like and balance the system out. Last but not least on this, we have our shiv station. Here they get to measure the shivs, make adjustments, make changes, and learn how to properly do that in a safe environment. So I'll let you go to Justin.
Thank you, Derek. Another aspect of this facility that's not necessarily directly tied to training, but we can tie it in, is our testing laboratory. And if you're familiar with EAB at all, you know that we kind of pioneered independent laboratory control system testing. We're very well known in the critical environment sector for providing that testing and writing a lab testing protocol that's well known throughout the industry. And so I want to show you guys our test lab here. We're real proud of it. We can test a range of terminal units and air devices. Obviously, we use it for calibration of some of our instrumentation as well. But we have capabilities on both supply, cold deck and hot deck, as well as exhaust, general exhaust, and we have fume hood capabilities. And we can test, we can actually do fume hood testing in here, we can do containment testing, and we're going to be training how to do fume hood and biosafety cabinet certifications in the future. So stay tuned with us on that, and we hope you enjoy this facility. I'm going to turn you back over now to Derek, who's going to take you up on our mezzanine so you can kind of see some of the inner workings of the equipment that supports the front and this laboratory area of the facility, and see some of the hands-on things that you can cover up there.
So right here we have our 4 fans for the lab. Over here we have our air EABs, or our air valves, for the training room. Those are so we can teach how to use the proper ways for using the flow hoods and how to take measurements and balance out systems. Now right here we have our chill water EAB. And we take measurements right here. We've shown how it works and the functionality and anything that has to do with those. So over here we have our ERU, so we can train on that as well. We've put a see-through siding on it so that you can actually see the functionality and how it's put together, so you can understand the whole concept behind it. And this is a little different. We've actually taken an outside air DX unit, and we've put a plenum around it and vented it to the outside. So you can actually come inside and learn how to use these systems without any issues or having to worry about weather or that like. So we'll pass it on to Justin.
The last part that I want to show you in the facility, most of this has been mechanical, right? Because we are a testing and balancing firm, but we're also a building commissioning firm. And so we wanted a way to be able to train not only our commissioning professionals, but also yours as well. And so we invested heavily in some very large electrical power systems for this type of facility. We have 2 generators out back, 2 diesel generators out back, and we partnered up to put with the manufacturer to put a very large paralleling gear system in here. So we did a unique application here. Normally in a facility, this control panel would be tucked away probably inside of an electrical room, right? But we didn't want to have to go into that unsafe environment in order to be able to teach. So we put all the controls out here where we can have a class space. And if you step over here, you can see that we put a protective barrier here. This is impact resistant glass, where you can see what's happening inside the electrical room. You can see the switchgear there in the middle and the breakers opening and closing. You can see on the left-hand side here, we have a bypass transition. These are actually closed transition ATSs, and then we have a regular commercial ATS over on the right. And so you can actually host a class, have the attendees of the class out here, demonstrate the full functionality of these systems, but have everyone in a safe environment and really in a more quiet environment where we can have that interaction between the instructor and the attendees. So we're really excited about this facility. We're really excited about getting some of these other classes up and going, especially on the electrical side. And so I would encourage you, if you're interested in any of our training courses, please visit our webpage and please contact Derek Glenn if you're interested in signing up for them.